I've said it, I did it at the press conference, okay? What we're doing was planting a seed, all right? Ganawage seed, all right? And it's going to grow, hopefully, into a tree, and the tree is going to get larger and larger and larger with more and more branches over a long period of time. And that thing will develop the way people had designed the original seed to do. That's what they planted it for, okay? If it's going to do all of the things that Ganawage needs, I mean, if necessary, do we have to build a jail? Somebody mentioned it to me on the North Shore. Maybe, I don't know. But, you know, if you come back to us, the whole community comes back to us and says, look, we need our own jail. Oh, well, you know, that's going to take a while, and we're going to have to find a lot of money.
Yeah.
And we're going to have some kind of judicial system that can address those
I mean, and we're not
situations.
we're not into locking community members up. Maybe some of them need to be locked up, but I said that, not you.
I thought you had somebody in mind.
No, nobody specific. I've been in policing for a
Yes,
long
I
time.
know.
so-
That's where I was going.
But, you know, I think that the community should get out to these meetings and put voice your opinions and see what needs to be done for, what you're comfortable with. You know, and I think that if you have any questions for the community in regards to, you know, talk to somebody, go and speak to somebody about the information and try to do something. Because at the end of the day, it may not affect you today, but it may affect you one day.
Absolutely. And that's the unfortunate thing is people say, well, you know, what do I care about the justice system? Until you enter it, you don't know what it's like.
Exactly.
And that's unfortunate, but we're dealing with it more and more and more. I mean, it's not like the old days when, you know, your father would go visit your uncle or your neighbor and say, look, we got a problem here. Or your mother would go visit, you know, the neighbor and say, something's got to be straightened out here. Yeah. And it would get straightened out real quick.
We couldn't deal with that.
That doesn't happen anymore.
First the neighbor would kick my ass, then go tell my father, and my father kicked my ass, so I get double duty there.
There you go.
But I don't do it again.
Yeah. Well, okay, but you know, if that's what worked. It used to work. It doesn't work now. Now you get back to individual, collective rights.
Now you hit me. I want you in jail.
And the law says, their law says, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know that we can get back to it. It wouldn't be such a bad thing in a lot of instances, but I don't think we're going to go there. I don't know if the community's ready for that anyway.
Last words for the community?
This is important, okay, and it's not the way some people are expressing it. I was encouraged somewhat by the two statements that I've seen out of traditional bodies, that we do need to do something. You know, just a few little lines there. It may be necessary. We're not trying to co-opt the traditional government. We're not trying to take or work out of the great law Guyana-Saragoa. What we're trying to do is the best thing for Ganawage. And I hope that people can appreciate that there's a bunch of us who are sincere about the fact that this is absolutely necessary for our future. And that's more important than whether it's mine, yours, his, or theirs. That's got nothing to do with it. This is about all of us. And I hope that everybody will come out and support it, or at least get used to it. See how things could work in the future.
Well, Mike, I thank you very much for coming and explaining some of the issues and talking about some of the issues as to hopefully, you know, dispel some of the rumors that are out there.
That'll never happen, absolutely.
I was just going to say that. We'll never dispel everything, and people are still going to have the feelings of whether they're victims before the law even came into effect or not. But, you know, I've been around for a long time in dealing with the laws, and I think that the community needs something. What it is, I don't know. We need something better than what's there now. And at the end of the day, you have to understand that most of the time we try to assert our jurisdiction and our rights for so long. We don't want road signs, we don't want this, we don't want all these things. But what we do need is to have a justice system in this community so that we don't have to always go out of the community and have somebody else decide. People have been talking about that for so long now. Even with the whole problems that we've had with the election system or the elections in the last couple of months and what transpired of that, there was no alternative for that. So maybe if we had something here, then we would be able to do that. It's not an us against them, like you said, it's true. I mean, I have, some bad experiences over the years, but it's personally for me. But the laws and how they're going to work in this community has to work for the whole community. And at the end of the day, you're the one that's gonna end up having to deal with it. So for the community, try to participate and, or get some of your opinions and put it into this anyway. Justice in the community. This girl's been missing for 3 years. You've seen her. You've seen the picture. Family wants some closure. There is some people in this community that know what happened. Tell somebody. If you don't want to tell the police, call our office and tell us. But, let's try to put some closure to this. I'm your host, Michael Stalk. You've been watching On the Record. Nyawa and Onigi Wai.